Hello everybody, my name is Clint Heffern and this is my EDL 853 Module 1 introduction video. So first off, some demographic information about myself. Originally, I'm from Iola, Kansas. That's where I was born and raised. Went to high school there in Iola. And then after high school, I went to the JUCO, the community college in Iola as well, Allen Community College. I played baseball and basketball there for 2 years. And then went to Pittsburgh State, finished up my bachelor's degree at Pitt State in secondary education, and now I am continuing my education through Fort Hays. After Pitt State, I got a job at St. Mary's Colgan. It's a parochial school in Pittsburgh, Kansas, associated with the Diocese of Wichita. Worked there for 3 years. I was a social studies teacher, had one PE class as well. I also served in my final year as the junior high athletic director and assistant high school athletic director. So, got my foot a little bit in the administrative position there. Learned a lot with that. I also was an assistant football, assistant basketball, and assistant baseball coach, and then helped with the summer weights program as well. So, a lot of good experience. I met a lot of good people there and enjoyed my time at St. Mary's Colgan, and I feel like I was really fortunate to get on there. This past year, I've been at Fort Scott High School. This is my first year there, and I moved over there this year because I got the head basketball position. So, been the head basketball coach there. Also, just like at Colgan, teaching social studies, and I've got one PE class, which is an advanced PE class, as well. So similar content teaching wise. But then I'm only coaching basketball, and I'm the head basketball coach, so that's provided me some good insight as well. Just something else about me, big family person, and recently became an uncle. These are my two nieces right here. One of them's about 2 years old, and one of them's about 8 months. So that's a big part of my life, my family, and we've just, really found a lot of joy with those guys. Transitioning now, so getting away from demographic information about myself and getting on to some of the content questions. First question, if an inclusive culture starts from the premise that everyone in the school, students, educators, administrators, support staff, and parents should feel that they belong, realize their potential, and contribute to the life of the school, what is the school leader's role in maintaining this culture? And what do you do if it does not exist? The YouTube video I thought had some good stuff here. School leaders need to raise students beyond their expectations. They need to make sure each kid in the building, is kind of challenging themselves and pushing themselves and thinking, more of themselves. So, kind of expanding their expectations of what they think they are capable of doing, and showing kids that they're capable of a lot of things and possibilities. And one way I think this can be done with school administrators is, a lot of times you'll say, oh, I don't see them in the classroom. You don't see the kids as much, don't see them in the classroom. So one way I think administrators and school leaders can really do this is through being really positive and encouraging each time, you interact with the kids. So, meeting every kid at the door, at the front of the school when they come in, and just being positive to every single kid that you see every day. And that doesn't mean you're being fake or there's definitely going to be days where you're not having a good day, but I think just being positive and being seen as a school leader to all the kids can help start these these relationships and this thought of helping them expand their expectations. If this doesn't exist in school leaders, I think a big thing is collaboration with teachers and staff in the school, of how we can work together to, push expectations for kids and make them realize their potential and contribute to the life of the school. And then also collaboration with parents and the students to try to work together to create a welcoming environment. Another source really talked about devoting training and professional development time to the front office people. So like your secretary and the office people that usually make the first interaction with kids coming in late or parents coming in with problems or whatever it is. A lot of times those are funneled through the office. So if those office people are really trained and have some understanding of how to be professional and positive and encouraging, and hey, let's work together, and hey, let's work to collaborate. That can really help establish a welcoming environment. Because a lot of people say that those first interactions, those first couple minutes of when you do step onto a campus or a school, that really affects working going forward. So devoting training and professional development time to that stuff, I think, would be big. Moving on, an advocate's a person that empowers their students. They give advice, encouragement, or a listening ear. It's an individual that lets a student know that they have someone who believes in them and who is there for them. What support can a school leader provide to encourage advocacy? And again, I was thinking with this one, a lot of times people say, well, man, a school leader, an administrator, a principal, they're not in the classroom every single day with the kids, so they don't have those as great of relationships with the kids as maybe a teacher does. So that goes into, every interaction you have with a kid, and if you do, maybe meet them at the door every day and be positive with them every day, that can really start to build a good relationship so that you can build off of that. But providing a welcoming atmosphere by using language, inclusive language for all races, gender, and sexual orientation is a very big step towards advocacy for all kids to let them know they're welcome. So that with the school leaders, that with the front office people, using inclusive language. Also educating teachers on poverty, oppression, race, other factors like that so that they can understand. Educators, school leaders included, can understand, relate to, and handle problems with students, parents, or whatever the case may be. Will help them, be an advocate for the kids and be an advocate for the families and help handle problems more effectively. Next question, what plans, strategies can be implemented to ensure the equitable treatment of students and or staff in an inclusive culture? So treating people fairly, multiple opportunities need to be provided for every student. And again, if we're going to be fair to all kids, they need to have a lot of opportunities, and they can't have, especially maybe minority races or oppressed people, or going into those factors. Some people's windows are a lot smaller than other people's windows. So multiple opportunities, especially for kids that are learning how to be adults and act appropriately. I think that's a big thing. Multiple opportunities. Opportunities allow students an opportunity to share and vent, which help them feel valued and respected. So maybe their first opportunity to share or vent or talk isn't when they're in trouble, or isn't when they're going through a big situation. If that's their fourth or fifth opportunity to vent and share and talk and communicate, then they can that relationship can have already been established, and they can feel more valued and more trusted and open up a little bit more effectively. So opportunities. Opportunities help minimize barriers, allow learning to occur more effectively. And then last question here, what steps can a school leader take to change negative assumptions that affect teaching and learning in an inclusive culture? So emphasizing to staff, school leaders need to emphasize to staff that an inclusive culture means not separating students based on ability. This resource really talked about students with special needs or students with different abilities. We need to be inclusive and allow those kids, both sides of that, the kids with better abilities and with lesser abilities, need to learn together and be in environments where they're working together and learning to collaborate and learning to work through difficulties and differences like that. So not separating students based on ability only unless that is basically a last option. So, there's ways which we can work through these things and not separate kids in the long run, which will, provide learning for both sides and can help keep both sides, eyes open and hopefully improve both sides. So, a school leader can help promote collaboration and keeping kids together as overall learning. Here's my references. So that's just a little bit about me, guys. And again, thank you guys for listening, and I'm excited to begin this class together with you guys. Thank you.